What's on, where, and when. It's the Talk of Nelson. NBS Talk Nelson.
To me, banking for life means coming into the branch and always feeling welcome.
Being able to pick up the phone, knowing who you're talking to at the end of it.
The flexibility with banking options.
Having absolute faith in the people you're dealing with.
The Mako Rugby Roundup.
Welcome to the Mako Rugby Roundup, coming to you from, actually not the Turf Hotel, but we must give a shout out to Stan and the team from the Turf Hotel and make sure that you check out what's happening this weekend on their Facebook page. We're actually coming to you from the Nelson Suburbs club rooms because they've got a secondary school tournament on, and rather than setting up twice, Skibby said, could you come out here? So rugby has moved into the football club rooms.
I can smell the sulphur.
Yeah, that's right. So big tournament, Tier 1 women's secondary school tournament. So great to have that here in Nelson. And well done to Skip and the team for putting it on. We'll be catching up with them a bit later. But right now it's Talking Rugby, and it's our very special guest, Fletcher Anderson, who is a Tasman Mako loose forward and also Crusaders Academy player or past player or yes. So maybe a full-time member a bit later on, who knows? So we'll talk more about that. But first of all, Fletcher, can you tell us a little bit about where you come from and your rugby journey so far?
Yep. Thanks for having me on, guys. So I'm born and raised in Christchurch. Played for my junior club. I played for high school old boys in Christchurch Rugby Club. Then went to Christ College. Played 3 years in the first 15 there, and that was great. I think school footy's awesome. I really enjoyed my time there. Played with some pretty good teammates as well. We had Zach Gallagher come through the year above me and Sam Derry a couple of years above, or 1 year above him. So, yeah, played with some pretty cool guys at school, and they sort of, showed the pathway, I guess. And then, left school, was in the Crusaders Academy for a couple of years, played my club for UC, varsity, the Vipers. Shout out to the Vipers. While I was studying there, so I started a law and commerce degree full-time for a couple of years, and then sort of footy took over, and then the rugby was part-time and the study was full-time, and then it sort of swapped. So, now the rugby is full-time and the study's just part-time.
So that's a pretty full-on degree too, isn't it? So
it's actually not too bad when you're part-time. Like if I was studying full-time, I'd be failing. I'd be really struggling. So it's pretty manageable. It's actually really good. You get a heap of time off as a rugby player. So I actually don't know what I'd do with myself if I wasn't.
True.
So no, it's all good.
So you would have participated in a few quadrangular tournaments in your time. Right?
Played away for all three of them. Never got to play at home. So my first year played at Wanganui. We had a really good team that year, and we won, which was awesome. The year after, we were in Wellington College. We missed out when we played off a third and fourth and might have drawn, actually. And then my year 13, I missed it. I was actually injured, but that was in Nelson here. So, but our quad tournament's awesome.
Nelson College won in Nelson?
They did, yes. Yep.
Anton Stegner and...
he was gone. He was a year above me.
Okay.
They won it in Wellington the year before. But then my year 13, I think Nelson won it again. Actually, yeah, they were pretty sharp.
So have you bumped into any of the boys that you were playing against? Do you remember any names in that Nelson College side?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, obviously played with a lot of them at the Mako here. I know guys like Mason Lund. Yeah, Anton Stegner is obviously gone now. But there were heaps of Luca Inch who was.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Would have Lester been around in those days?
He's a few years above me, Lester.
Right.
But I think I remember watching him when they came to Cross College one year.
So who are the couple of names we might know from Cross College days? Yeah.
Yes, Sam Derry, Zach Gallagher.
Oh, right.
Yeah. They were Zach and Sam were my skippers when I was year 11 and 12. They were class as well. Shun Miyake, who actually played for the Mako a couple of years ago, he's now with Canterbury, Japanese boy.
Yep. Good 5'8" for Maris Dalbin.
Yes, he is. Yeah, they had won the Christchurch comp this year. He scored a try on full time to win it, I think, actually. So, he's class. So yeah, no, played with some pretty good guys at school, and still good mates of mine. So that's cool. Yeah.
So you went to college and then obviously on to doing UC, presumably. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, played for UC and studying. I was in the halls my first year. Yeah.
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 Right.
Mm.
And so then playing in that competition, how did that connection come about with Tasman Mako? Was it Crusaders Academy first?
Yes. So I was in the Crusader Academy for a year. It was actually I played Crusader 20s that year and the year after. And Dan Perrin, Piggy, was my coach. So he's the one that got me out.
Right.
It was after the Crusaders 20s in the second year.
So what year would that have been?
So 2022,
Right.
my first year. So I played 20s under Piggy, and he had sort of said to me, "Hey, look, we'd be keen to get you up at the Mako," but nothing really came of it. It was sort of just like, "Oh yeah, would you bench?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then I played for Canterbury against the Mako in a preseason game in Hanmer, and but then so I was in for a couple of weeks during preseason with Canterbury. And then a few of the guys like Cullen Grace and Tom Christie, Billy Harmon, a few of the guys come back from like Māori All Blacks and whatnot. So I got pushed out. And then a couple of weeks later, Peggy gave me a call and said, "Hey, we've had a few injuries. Would you like to come up just for 4 weeks?" And I was like, "Yep, absolutely." And I ended up playing literally the next week. Someone else got injured, and then I played my debut against Canterbury, after playing for them like 4 or 5 weeks.
Oh, well,
yeah. So that was
it.
Yeah, it was quite funny.
Yeah.
So no, it was a cool debut. We got pumped, I think, in Blenheim, Lansdowne Park. But no, it was cool to make my debut. And then it was only supposed to be here for 4 weeks, but the guys just kept taking knocks. I think Anton was out for the season with a head knock and various other injuries. I think Sione might have been injured. So yeah, I ended up staying for the rest of the year and actually played 7 games that year. So and it was just fine.
Now I'm just trying to get that's 2023?
It's 2022.
22. You played. Yep. So what's your Mako number?
213.
213. There you go.
They have to get it tattooed, really, don't they?
And mine's not tattooed yet, so I had to think it. So I was like, well,
you haven't lost your coin.
I haven't lost my coin. No, I've got my coin. Yeah, 213.
So it was actually prior to that, because you got selected for New Zealand schools, didn't you? Was that 2020?
It was 20 years. This was my last year at school. Yeah, played New Zealand schools. That was the year of COVID, so right. Yeah, it was just a paper team. Like they picked 2 sort of even teams and had like a Barbarians match. And then they picked a paper school side, but nothing, like we didn't play. But it was like it was just a week camp up in Hamilton, and we had played like an internal game at the end of it. But that was pretty cool. That was awesome.
And 2022, quite a big year for you, because you had Tasman Mako, but and you started playing a few games, but then New Zealand Universities knocked on your door as well, and you ended up playing for them. Is that right?
Yeah. So it was funny how it all worked out. So it was all pretty quick succession. I played in that preseason for Canterbury, and then wasn't with Canterbury anymore. They had guys come back. So I was back to club footy or whatever, and then I played NZ Unis for a week, and we just played a couple of games. Again, COVID, so there was no trip. And then I was so NZ Unis was great. It's basically a piss trip, to be honest. It's a whole lot of good rugby players from like various different unis, but they're
all uni students.
They're all uni students, right? So it was good. We had a couple like midweek do's, and then played on the Wednesday, played on the Saturday, but it was good. That was a good fun.
So you made friends for life.
Yeah. And then literally the Monday of the next week, Pete calls me up and he's like, "Hey, how are you? Is your body all good? And I want you to come up." And I was like, "Yeah, I've just been on the beers had a big week on the beers." But I was like, "Yeah, absolutely, I'll come up." Yeah.
So obviously 2022, they got to get a reasonable look at you, and obviously were impressed with what they saw. So what was that conversation from going from 2022 into 2023, where pretty much you were part of the regular squad?
So I guess like from other guys' misfortune missing out, I played relatively well. So they offered me a contract for 2 years. So I was signed on for 23, 24. And then 23 rolled around, and I was playing a preseason. Not a preseason. It was like a Crusader development game. I'd been with the Crusaders for the preseason, and I was like Crusader B's game up in Wellington against the Hurricane Hunters, and I dislocated my shoulder, and so I needed surgery 5 or 6 weeks later, and I ended up missing the whole year. I wasn't back until October, so I didn't play a single game of rugby. Well, it was my only game of rugby I played that year, so It's funny how rugby's a bit like that. You have these, you're like first year playing NPC. I was 19. I was, pretty excited. Had a great year. Was looking forward to ripping into it next year. Play one game, and all of a sudden, bang! You're not playing rugby all year. So like that was pretty. I don't know. That was pretty tough, I guess. And I learned to. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, learned a few things about professional footy, about managing injury and managing rehab, because it's a big part of it. So yeah, that was a tough year, but it was good. Though I'd signed on for a couple of years, so I was sort of just building for the year after. So yeah, it was all good.
So when did we start seeing you more regularly? That would have been last season,
yeah, last year. So 23 didn't play. 24 last year played most weeks.
Yeah, and great season. There were results. Ramsville Shield couldn't do the goods in the end.
Yeah.
But I think one of the things I noticed was who's that guy at the back coming off the back, and so you did start to stand out from the pack a little bit with a few of the breaks that you would make, or the work that you did in the forwards, and particularly the forwards played
a lot of carries.
Yeah, well, that's right, and we commented last year just how well the forward pack did do last year, considering they were fairly new, and the season before there was quite a few injuries and changes, and this was the first time really we got kind of like a settled squad, didn't we, in some respects, and some new names that we didn't know too much about, and they really stepped up. So how did you enjoy that season last season?
Yeah, no, last year was great. It was, we sort of came unstuck a little bit at the end, and we, I think we learned a bit from that about how you sort of, manage the team, manage your energy, and obviously you can't really plan. You can plan for injuries, but they're unfortunate. So that was sort of bad luck, I guess. But I guess we learned about, managing the extra expectation that the Shield carries. We played a couple big matches, and I'd say it really took a bit out of us. And then we sort of came unstuck in that quarterfinal. I think we quite a few things. We'd jump.
You did.
So by the time Noah was injured, and he was massive for us. And I went off 2 minutes into that game. I did my hamstring. So I just remember thinking did my hammy right at the start of the game. I was like, this isn't right. You shouldn't be doing your hammy off the kickoff. So I think the boys were just you don't make excuses, but I think we certainly learned how to
we can make them for you, because it was a torrid Ramfurly Shield challenge, and then the defence against Wellington, and then against Auckland and Storm Week, and having to play having to play Taranaki, and by this stage you guys are getting beaten up.
Yeah.
And hence they changed it. Didn't they got rid of Storm Week. I mean, you've got Thursday night footy, so sometimes you've got a bit of a turnaround, but it's not 3 games in a row in quick succession.
I think it's the best thing they've done is to eliminate that totally tough, and especially if you've got the Ramfurly Shield.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
Hey, mate, just before we move on, because you have played for the Crusaders, have you not?
Yes. Yeah.
You made your debut for them. Just a quick bit about upbringing, like where, mum, dad, family.
Yeah. So
then when you fell in love with footy.
So I'm born and raised in Christchurch. So I've always been growing up, I was a Canterbury and Crusaders fan. I remember Dad taking me to a lot of the Canterbury and Crusaders games I remember the old stadium. I was always a Crusaders fan. So going through the Crusaders pathway, and I debuted in 2024. It was just, again, I was on a wider training contract, and then a couple of injuries, and I just got pulled in on the Thursday. Well, I was told I was playing on the Thursday. I think, someone went down with an injury. I played 10 minutes off the bench against the Blues, but it was, still pretty cool to make a debut. And I got one game this year, so haven't had a heap of game time for the Crusaders, unfortunately. Obviously there's good loose forwards.
Well, who's the number 8? Willie.
Christian or Willie,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so there's some,
who made the All Black squad this year. So
there's some pretty handy guys. So
it's
tough for game time,
but you've had 2 caps.
Yeah, 2 caps,
and you'll get more.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see.
You've got plenty of time to develop, haven't you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So when you look at last year and going into this year, obviously a bit of a road bump in the first game, but since then you guys have come back and traveling pretty well at the moment. So what's the feeling in the camp, and what's something that you're trying to aim at this year, both individually, but of course as a forward pack or a loose forward trio?
Yeah. No, team's, I think, trending in the right direction for sure. I think we sort of talked about a little bit this week. Like, I know this is one of our more serious matchups. Like, we have played a couple of teams. North Harbour on the weekend. They've struggled a little bit, and we've played the likes of Manawatu. So I think the key for us is just having no complacency and making sure we continue to do what we're doing well. Against good teams like Otago, because they're good. They've got awesome defense. They're a tricky attacking team. They've got heaps of variation in their attack. So we've been looking at that all week, and yeah.
So the backline coach for the Otago is Mitchell Scott, who played for the Mako back in the day. So and he was always a pretty clever player, good at sevens and whatnot. So
there you go.
they've got a good tradition down there in Otago of playing decent backline.
And traditionally, I remember one of the first Mako games was against Otago, and they've dipped in more recent years, but you can see this year they've had some good results, haven't they? Well, we got something like 8,000 people at the first. It was one of the first Mako home games versus Otago, and 8,000 people turned up. So there was big rivalry with the Deep South, and always when the Stags come up. So if the weather's good, it usually attracts a big crowd, and a lot of blue jerseys turn up. So
yeah. No, it's really exciting.
It's going to be a big battle, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be good.
What about influences throughout your rugby career? I mean, as you say, you take a path, a direction, you're doing study, but rugby kind of, came knocking on your door. So who are some of the people that influenced you along the way?
Oh, no, my parents have always been super supportive. Like, whether it's rugby or not, they've always made sure we always doing our best, and sort of just like instilled in us the idea that you can do whatever you put your mind to. I think that's something Dad's always been real big on. Like, so yeah, I guess them. I remember a coach I had when I was like under 15s at school. I remember him pulling me aside at the end of like a tournament, and he was coaching the first 15 next year, and he said, "Hey mate, like I think you could be a serious chance of making the first 15 squad." And I just said, you should just keep working what you're doing, keep trying to get bigger and stronger, because obviously I'd be playing as a young guy. And I remember that, that really stuck out to me when he said that. I was like, okay, this could, I don't know, just gave
you a bit of encouragement.
Yeah.
And
what's that? Ross Kennedy.
Yeah.
And he was a great coach and good mentor, I guess, when I was at school. So yeah, shout out to Ross.
And good old Dan for picking you up out of Christchurch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And had you always been in the forward pack? At number 8 or a loose forward position always been your position? Or
I was in the midfield until I was, I don't know, year 10 maybe. And
right.
Then, year 11, 12, 13, I played in the loose forwards a bit more.
So if injuries go the way that we hope they don't, we might see in the centre.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't count it out.
Nice. It's good to know we've got a backup, eh? Yeah.
I don't know. Probably not. The check's probably sailed, unfortunately.
But it does lead to the question, of you Lucy's, who would be the quickest over 50 metres?
Who the quickest? Oh, I tell you what, it'd be Tony Nashu for sure. Yeah.
Sevens
good
boy.
man. He's fast. Yeah, absolutely.
What about bench press? So who's doing the goods there?
Probably big Ryan Coxon, I'd say, would be the strongest in the team.
Yeah, but he's got an advantage of you loose forward.
Oh, the loose
forwards.
Oh, actually, again, it'd probably be Tony. I remember he told me the other day. He's a little bit older. He's been around the gym a little bit longer. We were lifting. And he's like, "Wow, you're strong. Eh? What can you lift in the what can you bench? What can you chin?" I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Oh, what about you?" He tells me you can bench 160. So.
But you got to witness it though. I mean, that's what
that's what I said. He said that was 5 or 6 years ago. So I was like,
maybe he's urging you on. Maybe he's just.
No, I think he's pulling.
And what about the golf? Because Coxie, he tends to be leading that charge. Are you on that train?
Yeah, I have been. Boys are out playing today. Actually, I think they got a 12:20 tee time.
You'll get there.
But no, I was going to play, but we had a bit of a tight back last couple of days. So physio's orders, no golf.
Right.
Unfortunately.
So you're not knocking on his door on the golfing table?
No, not even close. We're running a bit of a tournament at the moment, like Stableford's, but based off your handicap. So, but who took it out? I think Willie Harvilli took it out the first last week. He was good.
Oh,
Yeah.
gee.
But no, there's a couple of handy golfers.
So we're lucky to get players on a Wednesday podcast because you know what, on a day like
I've
this,
got to get them early before tee off.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Best banter in the.
Oh. Mm. I don't know. Levi Moore's pretty funny, to be fair. I'd hate to.
Oh, has he got?
Yeah, he's
got a bit of cheek about him.
Yeah, he is pretty cheeky. Yeah.
Ethan's name came up last week, didn't it?
Yeah. But I can understand with Levi, he is he's got a bit of a swagger to him, mate.
Yeah. I think Ethan just laughs at his own jokes.
Yeah, well, he had Jack Gray on it. He said that Ethan could talk to a wall. And
he could. Yeah, if talk to anyone that'll listen. Yeah. Nice. Good shit. Scratch.
Worst roommate on tour.
Oh.
So, do you get roomed with another Lucy?
Often, yeah. Who have I been with? I've been with Hunter Lapine has been my roomie this year so far. So normally Locks and Lucy's go together. As long as you stay away from the front row. I had Ryan Cox in the preseason this year down in Mako, and he was actually fine. I think I fell asleep before him, but some of the front rows are terrible snores. I think Sammy Mars pretty bad. So yeah, if you can just avoid the front rows. Yeah.
Good advice.
Yeah.
And then dream opponent, and also pick a stadium. So you can dream.
I don't know. Playing in a test match would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I suppose playing against the South Africans that'd be I don't know, they're world class. I guess some of them.
So on in South Africa or Eden Park.
Maybe probably if I'm going stadium, maybe like Principality, Wales. Yeah.
Oh right. Well, yeah.
That's pretty cool stadium.
Yeah.
I know Twickenham, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, opponent maybe the Saffers. I don't know. Yeah, that'd be about as good as it gets. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's great insight into your background and what's happening this year. You're going to stick around, mate, because we're going to be talking some rugby, and we need a bit of wisdom out of you. So,
Happy days.
So let's look at the results from the Farah Palmer Cup, and the first result, Les, Tasman women 48 over Taranaki 25.
Yes, so that was the start of a long weekend of rugby, wasn't it? And I did tune in and watch Kim Lammers make Mako history with 5 tries, 5 meat pies. The best for the men has been 4. In fact, Macca Springer got 4 on the same weekend. But congratulations, Kim Lammers, and also to Latoya and the coaching staff, Seta Sawira. It was a well played game.
Yeah.
You can only beat what's put in front of you, and they did that comprehensively. So I was rather proud because we did want the ladies to get a win in this game. So well done them.
I saw the highlights and just some of the backline moves flowed nicely and some nice finishes out wide. And they look really good. I just think that Latoya's really got those girls humming, and wouldn't it be nice to try and keep them together for 2 or 3 seasons and see where it could go, isn't it?
The challenge, isn't it? Yeah. So I agree with that, though. But it's a good group of young ladies, well led by Stephanie Mitchell.
Canterbury women, too strong, 62-21 over Counties Manukau. North Harbour went down to Wellington, 28-10. And Auckland Storm 104.
Holy.
But Bay Plenty still put on 30. So I don't know what was happening with the defence on that day. But, optional, but big high scoring game. On Sunday, Otago Spirit 48-15 over Northland. So Otago looking pretty strong, aren't they? And Manawatu 73 over Hawke's Bay 5. So wow, some big scores there. The lineup for this weekend, we've got North Harbour versus Northland. Counties Manukau taking on Hawke's Bay, Manawatu taking on Auckland, Wellington Pride taking on Taranaki, and Waikato taking on Canterbury. That'll be a big game. And of course, on Sunday, it's a big day. It's a double header, Les, isn't it? So 4:35, the Tasman women taking on Otago. And by the looks of it, Otago's big win against Northland, it's going to be a tough proposition.
It will be because Otago traditionally are a very good team in the FPC. They've got lots of teams down there. They've got the university, and they play very, very well. So, so far the Tassie women have just stuck at it against the bigger, stronger teams. I'm talking about Wellington and Northland.
Yeah, that's right.
So, you
Good
know,
call.
keeping that scorelines relatively close is as important as maybe getting a win.
And on the hometown patch, so big crowd hopefully to get down there and support them.
4:35 before
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
So I guess
Yeah.
while you're walking in to get set up in the sheds, you'll be able to catch a look at this game. So you would have seen maybe a bit of them after the Northland game, but have you caught up with any of the team? Do you cross paths at training?
Yeah, we do a little bit. Just around the gym and whatnot. They we're actually staying at a hotel in up in Northland. So we sort of shared a team room with them. But it was a hell of a try scoring effort from Kim Lammers. Her boyfriend Hunter Lepine was my roommate. He told me that she was whining that no one was passing her the ball, and they finally passed her the ball. And it happened. So
it's 5 tries.
it's 5 tries. So
It's a team game, but get the ball to Kim Lammers.
Yeah, that's right. That's going to be the tactic this week.
Thank you for the insight. Well done, Hunter.
Yeah, good on you, Hunter.
Bunnings NBC round 4 results, and Bay Plenty just going down to Southland. Geez, isn't Southland doing well? 30-25. Southland really starting to, some of that work, I guess, has been done the last couple of years, starting to pay off, aren't they?
Man, this was the start of a tough tipping week.
Yeah.
All the favourites got rolled.
It was a bit like that. Eh?
It was. And Southland were terrific. Because Bay of Plenty, we talked about it at the beginning of the season, really big, strong squad alongside the likes of Hawke's Bay and whatnot. But this Southland team flying under the radar, and now, they'll be rather pleased because they've had 2 wins and they've got a Shield Challenge coming up, which we'll talk about, but great win.
Canterbury 26 over Hawke's Bay 7, so that was another one, although Canterbury had particularly big play.
We made you tip this because both Jack Gray and I went for Hawke's Bay.
So I had to pick Canterbury, and I did, and they won. They do look good, don't they? And Hawke's Bay did give it a good crack, but just couldn't get it across the line. And the other big mix-up matchup that we thought, I guess you could call it an upset, wouldn't you? Waikato taking the Shield 23-22 against Taranaki, and none of us picked that.
You have a look?
Yeah, I watched that game. Yeah, it was it came down to the wire. It was actually a hell of a game. Taranaki, they had a chance to they had a chance to kick the goal late in the game. There was sort of 5 to go, and they had a penalty maybe on the 15-metre, like 30 odd out, and I thought they'd take the points, but they kicked the corner, they put it dead. So that was a massive moment. Yeah, it was. Oh
God, he's got and the poor guy. Everybody in media is talking about it. So not only does he have to think about it after the game, he hears it right throughout the rest of the week.
Yeah,
but it's almost like Taranaki stopped playing with about 20 to go in this one. It was a little bit odd. I thought they took the foot off the throat.
Yeah. Waikato were good. They were dogged.
Yes.
The Taranaki, probably watching the game, they sort of dominated them, but they couldn't quite finish their opportunities, I thought. And Waikato did, they finished their opportunities they got, and that's what.
So far we've tipped 3. Not tip 3.
No, that's right.
3 wrongs over.
I've got one wrong.
Jagged one.
We'll come back to the Tasman game, but I did pick this one. The Mighty Taniwha 43 over Auckland 24.
So I'm 0-4.
Yeah.
I know.
Who could tip this one really seriously?
I know.
Amazing result by Northland, though.
Yeah.
What an effort.
No, they're a class team. Northland, they've got better and better the last few years, and Rivers is playing really good rugby in his first 5. So
you played against them up in Whangarei before this game. Were you seeing this potential in the Northland side?
Yeah, no, they're big forward pack. They're physical, got a good maul, so the wet probably suited them when we played them. And Rivers runs a really good ship. He puts him in the right of the field, kicks really well. He's clever. He's got good feet. Great attacking player. They're a good side, man.
Well, we certainly saw him play very well for the Crusaders, so he's got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
The Otago train keeps on going, 33-19 over Counties Manukau.
Yep.
They're doing things well. And check this out, Manawa 2, 38, Wellington 28. So
good.
we were picking Wellington for to be one of the favourites. We just thought that their squad was going to be too good. And Manawatu, what a great win by them.
Mm.
Yeah.
So when they're sort of missing, I think a couple of injured guys and various All Blacks who have left the squad from last year. I think they've actually hurting a little bit because they're missing a few key guys that they've had the last few years, like sort of their core group.
I didn't recognise the halfback at all.
Yeah, Kyle Preston gone, Duplessis, Griffey gone. Yeah, so
rebuild times.
Yeah, must be. Okay, so then Tasman 43 over North Harbour 19, and I was listening to the radio commentary, and I was always a bit worried about North Harbour because they have been a bit of a bogey team for us in the past, and they'd just come off big celebrations. North Harbour celebrating their 40th year anniversary, and it had a dinner the night before, and all the old players, and it was a big occasion, so the crowd would have come out, and I thought, oh, here we go. And what do? They kind of drop the ball in the first kick, and you score within about 5 minutes of the game, and within, I think it was 20 minutes, you were 30 points up. So it just, they weren't able to respond to all the support they had, and you guys, you didn't let them give them any mercy, really, did you?
Nah, the boys started really well.
Yeah.
No, it was like we were super disciplined, didn't give away any penalties. Our attack was outstanding. Kicking was great. It was
How was the forward battle early?
Yeah, I thought the boys defended really well. Like they're again another big forward pack. North Harbour, real big kids. So we've fronted up through the middle and which was something really was a real focus for us. So no, it was great to watch.
I think your second row was strong. I really liked the way Hunter Lepine took advantage of his start. And put in a big shift with alongside Quinn Strange. And the Lucy's were great. So
well, I think his missus gave him a bit of a kick up the arse. So decided to pull.
That's good. Yeah. Oh, shout out to her.
Yeah. Well, she set the standards.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Probably send him a text saying, "Well, I've done my bit."
I think he did. Yeah.
But hey, an impressive outing. I certainly wasn't thinking that the scoreline would be like this. Like everyone else, I thought that North Harbour would give us a good run for about 60. But afterwards, how did you guys react to it in the changing sheds?
Yeah, I wasn't there. I got rested. So
you didn't go up?
No.
That's right. You did get rested, mate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
A 22-year-old getting rested after 3 games unheard of. I couldn't believe it. So,
oh well, they're looking after you.
It must be that back.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I didn't have a back injury last week. I think I spent the whole weekend lying on the couch watching rugby.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was. Should have got the golf clubs out.
Yeah, no more rest.
Okay, then you weren't in the shed, but you were in the team room on Monday morning. How did the boys react to that?
No, it was good. Yeah, I got a bit of a pump up from the coaches. Like it was, they were, really happy with how we executed. Just like finishing our sets, finishing our, kick, chasing kicks and whatnot. Our breakdown, our carry clean was awesome. But we, have a bit of a reality check again and sort of looked at it and gone, hey, they're bottom of the table. We've got a different challenge this week, so we're pretty quick to switch focus.
Yeah, you can't get too ahead of yourself, hey. But you would have looked at the back row performance. Who stood out for you?
I thought young Tane Hemipo was awesome. Yeah,
so did I.
Yeah, I think he played. Maybe got a start last year, but his first start this year definitely. I thought he was outstanding. He unfortunately got a head knock, so he's out. He'll miss a week. But no, he was awesome. He's
a great option at the back of the line out.
Yeah. Oh no, he's good. He's good on the line. He was super physical around the field, and
he's such a baby face.
Yeah, he is. He's a puppy. Yeah, I can't believe it.
He looks like he shouldn't be there, but he put in a good shift.
Yeah, he's got a massive future. I reckon. He if he keeps working his body, getting bigger and stronger, which he will, he'll be. No, he's awesome, and he's a good kid too. So
yeah. And Sione?
Yeah, Sione was great. It's good to have him back. Ethan was his normal self, super physical. Back row was awesome. Yeah.
Good stuff.
And lastly, if I may, who got Mako man?
Who got Mako?
Oh yes, true.
Oh, Max Springer.
Yeah, well, 4 tries.
And Grit.
Oh, Hunter Lepine. Yeah. Nah. Couple good choices, I thought.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
You also have a Sparky, someone who.
Yeah. Oh, Jack Gray. Yeah, he's been sort of returning from injury the last month or so, and he's been training really well. So,
and he did his effort on the podcast too.
He did.
I think that was part of it potentially. Yeah, so
that's right.
You'll stand out this week.
Hopefully, I'm going to get that play of the week, maybe.
All right, so let's look at the round 5 fixtures, and North Harbour taking on Bay of Plenty. It doesn't get any easier for them. At least it is at North Harbour Stadium. And so this is where we do our picks there. So we'll throw that one at you, Fletcher.
Yeah, you'd think I'd go Bay of Plenty.
Yeah, probably too strong, eh?
Yeah. After the week they had last week, they would have got a big kick up the arse.
They cannot make the same fundamental errors twice in a row, surely.
Canterbury versus Manawatu, Les.
I'm going to jump on the Canterbury bandwagon.
Yeah.
Oh, finally, now you're back them.
yeah, fine. Dismissing them.
It's at the Rangiora Showground Oval. Have you ever played there?
No, I haven't played out there, no.
Oh.
Normally they played there last year, got a decent turnout.
Yeah, it's good taking it to the regions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Counties Manukau versus Taranaki. That is on Counties home ground, Navigation home stadium. What do you think, Fletcher?
Yeah, you'd think Taranaki, you're right.
Yeah.
Taranaki, I'd say.
Yeah. Northland versus Hawke's Bay. That is at Seminoff Stadium in Northland.
It is.
So how about we go for a smoky here?
What, draw?
No, not Northland to upset Hawke's Bay.
Ah, really?
Yeah, at home.
At home, yeah.
Confidence.
Wouldn't count it out. No, 100%.
Hawke's Bay will start favourite on the TAB, but we'll give Northland a cheer.
Oh, there you go, the mighty Taniwha. On Sunday, Wellington versus Auckland. This is at Porirua Park.
Well, you better tip one, Chris.
Well, you'd have to go Wellington at home, especially with Auckland's form lately. I mean, normally this would be a mighty clash, wouldn't it? But not the way Auckland's travelling at the moment. But next thing they'll go and upset Wellington, won't they?
Yeah.
Waikato versus Southland.
Ranfurly Shield Challenge.
And that is at FMG Stadium. Well, that's right. It is too. Imagine Southland. They'll be up for this, won't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, give me Southland.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I'll certainly be cheering them on.
Yeah.
We get to play them down there later.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You might get a gig. Tasman versus Otago Trafalgar Park. And Otago travelling pretty well at the moment, playing some good rugby. So without giving away your tactics, what's the talk been about this week going into this game?
We obviously looked at like we spoke about, their sort of attack variation and their strikes and their plays around the front of the line out and whatnot. Staying on for that, and because they can throw anything at us. And their attack shape's a bit different to what we've sort of had. They've got a bit of innovation about them. They don't run the classic 1-3-3-1. So I guess just making sure we preview them well, and which we've been doing, and then get the collision right. They're a good defensive team as well. Like they're the highest in like stopping post contact meters. They're a good defensive side. So just making sure we get front foot ball. It'll be a good hit out. Yeah.
Working quite well with Davey at the back at 15. He seems to be. He thought he'd never see himself back there, but But I guess one of the things, he's got this massive boot. When he decides, right, it's time to clear it and get territory, he gets you great advantage, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, he's got fabulous boot. He's awesome, and he's got at the back like such a good communicator as well.
So do you think part of that's just the organisation? Yeah, part of that benefit of having them there is getting, talking to the back line and making sure the defence is structured well and talking to the guys? Yeah,
I suppose, and they're just, trying to get your best players on the park as well, I'd say is a big part of it,
right.
Like with the midfielders we have.
Yes, currently.
Right, yes.
Sense, you want your best guys on the park, and he can play fullback, so, why not, right?
Yeah.
So you've got, the team gets named in a couple of hours as we're doing this podcast, so this will go live, this will go out after the team's been named, so we can talk about it now. I understand Leicester is back.
Leicester's back
at 13.
We've also got this guy Tomosi Tavatavanawa has come back.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's right. They released 16 players.
Yeah, he's in the 12 jersey. Yeah. So.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah, it'd be good to have him back.
Okay, and I hear Jack Gray is back.
Jack Gray's back. Yep, starting on the left wing.
Resting Maka.
Resting Mackie, a bit of a dodgy ankle after the game.
Well, you scored 4 tries.
Yeah. I think he earned himself a week off. Yeah. The other one who's back, which will be massive for us, is Antonio Chalfone in the second.
Oh, wow. Right.
Starting with Quinn. So that as you've got a few guys returning.
And you're back?
Yeah, I'm back. Ethan's 50th game as well.
Oh wow! Right,
which is super exciting. Yeah.
Oh look, Ethan's taken a while to get his blazer.
Yeah.
But that is an important thing for us fans that he gets recognised as one of the best of the Mako players.
Absolutely. No, he is a legend. So no, I'm really stoked for him. Hopefully we can You
So
know,
what
get a job.
number is he?
He is in the 6 jersey.
Okay, and
Yeah.
Sione at 7?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Front row?
Ryan Coxon, Eli and Ryan, and Kirsch Sykes Martin.
Nice. Good forward pack.
Yeah, real good full pack.
Yeah, and yeah, it's interesting that you've had a few injuries, early part of
Players
the
coming
season,
back.
and now you got players coming back.
Yeah,
So, and obviously they'll need to gel. But, geez, we've talked about on paper what a good side potentially this could be. So, be a chance to see it in action against Otago.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's exciting.
7:07, Les, and don't know what the track's going to be like. It'll be a little bit dewy, I'd imagine.
I saw potentially a little bit of rain back into the week.
Yeah,
Right.
Sure.
later in the afternoon.
Too early to call, but
Yeah, no, it's there on the radar
Yeah.
at the moment. Who's going to be at 10? Willie
yeah, Willie. Yeah,
and Davey at the back.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? 10? Yeah.
I guess that means Levi will be on your bench.
Levi is rested.
Rested.
Again.
Right.
Yeah, he's actually been sick at the start of the week, so yeah,
Okay,
giving him a week off.
All right. Well, don't.
that's a good team.
Yep, that's a good team, and don't forget to get your tickets. What was that ticket company again, Les?
It's called marco.flickit.co.nz.
Flickit.co.nz. Make sure you get your tickets and get down there. Double header because we've got the girls playing just before the guys. So make an afternoon of it and then go into the night and then off into town to celebrate a win against Otago. So,
Well, if it's actually a triple header, I think we've got the Tasman under-19s boys.
beforehand.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So,
Oh, that's awesome.
Full day of footy.
That'd be good to go.
How's
and watch.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
see a bit of the up and
Couple of
coming
young
talent.
bucks. Harry Inch, Salmaki out there.
Yeah.
Mark, yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
probably Ollie Gibbons at half.
Evans,
and
yeah.
a couple of young prospects.
Yeah. No, there's some good players in that group. So
Okay, and what time do you think that'll be? Maybe 12 noon?
yeah, 2:12, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Hey, good intel.
Good,
Thank
yeah,
you.
that's right.
Because now I know
Yeah.
what I'm doing early afternoon.
Yeah,
That's
there
right.
you go.
Just
Yeah.
may as well take your lazy boy down there in the trailer, yes, and just
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll give you a
camp up.
spot. Just camp up for the afternoon. So there you go. It's all happening at Trafalgar Park on Saturday. Make sure you get down there. The Rugby Championship results, and well, we did predict that South Africa would bounce back, but they didn't have it all their own way, did they? It wasn't the performance that we thought we might see from them. In fact, at one point, Australia got pretty close, and in fact, could have won it if they got all their kicks. They missed some vital kicks.
Yeah, they outscored them try-wise. So,
Yeah.
it was close, 8-point diff. I think Australia will be happy with that, and they did have a couple of early injuries. So South Africa did revert to type. Andre Pollard just played a kicking game that was outstanding for them, territory. So we knew what was coming, and it came.
Yep.
France used to be our bogey team, but I think we found a new one, haven't we? Argentina. They just rose to the occasion. I think my impression from memory now, because it's getting a little bit more distant, was the fact that, horrible start. We didn't have it was a messy start from really both sides probably. And then, we started to settle. I said, here we go. And, we'd scored a try. But then, it was only really, I guess, twice when I saw consistent rugby from our side is basically when we scored. The rest of the time, it just seemed that, drop ball, penalty after penalty after penalty. And then I thought, okay, 13 all at halftime. All is not lost. We've been in that position before and we'll consolidate in the second half. And we just didn't fire, did we? And the other thing, obviously, was the fact that Argentina, some of the runs that those guys were doing, they just didn't care what was, how they'd come out the other end. They were just charging like bulls. And they just played with passion, didn't they? And they out-passioned us. And they interviewed Murray Mexted, and he said, have you ever been to Argentina? He said, it's a tough place. It's like going to France. No one gives you any favours. And when they got beaten in the 70s once by Argentina, and, it might have been a draw, actually, and they just play with absolute passion. I thought the other comment I'd like to make is I thought Finlay Christie had a great game, he had to come in to the game early. He didn't miss a beat. He played with passion, yes, defensively.
Yeah.
And I don't know why people are so dismissive of him, because I thought he was rock solid. So that's the only other comment to make.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't really have any other comments about the game.
Oh, I'd like to. You would have watched this, of course, Fletcher.
Yeah.
So your take on it?
Oh, look, yeah, the Argies were good, man. They played, were super physical. And their attack was good. They were, dogged. You're right. Like, they were playing with a bit of reckless abandon, at times, and it's pretty dangerous to come up against. Like, they were playing pretty freely, and we weren't so much. I thought Simon Parker was good. Yeah, he's a big guy, made plenty of tackles.
He made the most meters, apparently.
Yeah, no, I thought he was really solid. Like, so that was cool.
There's some too.
Yeah. But no, I thought Reb was great. Yeah, defensively, kicked really well too.
But now, the breakdown, we weren't the same team. That was an era that we lost. And
I'm going to bring out some stats, mate, because it was really a bad performance.
And the other thing, the other aspect was, big talk during the week about the box kicking and the up and unders, and obviously the fact that we weren't catching them. But the other thing is this tactic about just kicking it up in the air. And I know there's a theory behind it. I still think it's 50-50, and that we need to be kicking for territory and putting them in the corners and defending it like we did against France in the second test, and we annihilated them. I just don't understand that tactic, and now all the comments during the week, now people are starting to question that. But anyway, over to you, Les.
Well,
break it down.
Well, I just thought our efforts under the high ball to catch and regather was poor, and I've not seen Will Jordan play that way for a long time. I don't know what it was. It was just an off day. Anything on the ground, the 50-50 bounce always went Argentina's way.
Yeah, it didn't that way.
All the little things that could go wrong in a test did go wrong. But here's some stats which actually show that this was not a good performance. So one clean break throughout the test. And that was Billy Proctor out wide. 40 missed tackles. 40 missed tackles.
Yeah.
That is a huge number. And everyone was making them wrong. 15 turnovers lost, 10 penalties against, and 3 yellow cards.
Yeah.
3 yellow cards in a test match, man. It's hard, eh?
Yeah. No, you can't win a test match 3 yellow cards. It's against a side like Argentina.
So to me, it seems that there's a lot of work to be done.
They seem to be getting pinged offside, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was like they were rushing up to do that quick defence, but they were jumping the gate too much, and so that's definitely something they're going to have, start a metre back or whatever it is. They just got pinged so many times for that.
Got a lot of work to be done in the week off before playing South Africa. It was interesting. We had a visit in the team room, in the Maris Club rooms for lunch yesterday. Tyrell Lomax came in. He's training with you guys.
Returning from I think he broke his thumb.
Yep.
So he's coming 2 or 3 weeks away. So I think he's with us for the next couple of weeks.
So he hopes to be back for the second test. He hopes to be back for the first, but that's a long shot. So that'll help. But tackling practice, catching practice, and discipline practice. I think that's the order.
Well, I think everyone was expecting an improvement because they didn't see a perfect one in the first test. But we thought, they won the test. It wasn't perfect. And the coaches weren't entirely happy. But it went the other way. It went backwards. We went to this kicking tactic again. And we usually do that when we get put under pressure. And it's just not. It doesn't do anything. And if there's no options with getting go forward through the forward pack, then kick to the corners and put pressure on them. I just don't understand the up and under. And, people talk about it giving you opportunity if you win the ball back. You can set plays up and, you can gain territory and maybe statistically. But what if it doesn't? What if it just bounces the wrong way and goes to the opposition? It's just 50-50 stuff. And maybe I'm old school and I keep going on about it. But man, it brasses me off because it's just, I don't feel, smart rugby. But anyway, the talk is no major changes. They may have a think about the bomb squad at the back under the high ball, but maybe it's just more training and redemption at Eden Park. And with the fact that South Africa didn't really fire against Australia that maybe people are thinking, well, we do have a chance against South Africa at Eden Park. So that's the big question. Will we do it against South Africa at Eden Park?
Oh, there has to be a huge amount of improvement, and that means training for the next 10 days is absolutely critical. But yes, Eden Park is a stronghold for us, and if we get things right, then yes, we can win it. But we're going to have to be much improved. I will give a shout out though to Bodie Barrett. I know we're upset about his some of his kicking, perhaps, but his defensive work.
Yeah, I thought he was
Man, he saved our bacon in that time when we were 2 men down late in the first half. I thought he played okay for us. But who's going to be the third halfback? That will be interesting.
I think having Finlay in the mix, you're not going to lose a lot.
No, you're going to have Finlay starting. You're going to have Kyle Preston probably backing him up, but there has to be
Well, who does he play for? He plays for Highlanders.
Who's this?
Halfback, plays for Highlanders.
Fela Fakatava.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Well, he's
played All Black rugby before.
Yep. He plays for the Highlanders now. Plays for Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, Hawke's Bay.
There's Xavier Rowe, Waikato.
Yep, no, he's good.
Yeah, those two probably are the
next
cab off the rank.
Yeah. Interesting.
Amazing run of injuries,
and they'll be seeing how Roy Guard's travelling. How are you going, mate?
Mitchell Drummond. Put him back in.
Well, yeah, there you go. You might finally get the call up.
Get the third All Blacks test.
Mate, we Tasman supporters do not want that. That'd be 3 of our halfbacks gone. All to the All Blacks.
Yeah.
So, are we picking All Blacks at Eden Park?
Oh, look, let's
back the boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Australia versus Argentina, and geez, Argentina have to travel. Australia get a chance to get home and play on the home patch. I'll be looking forward to that. They've had a tough series against the Lions, 2 tough matches against South Africa. Just wondering whether Australia are just going to be too battle hardened.
Yeah,
a lot of injuries coming out of that South African tour. Hey, look, this is not this weekend coming.
This is on the 6th, sorry.
Yes,
I should mention that.
Keep the powder dry, and we'll talk about it next week. At this stage, I'll have Australia at home as my favourite, but seeing what the teams look like, Fletcher, I think will be a critical part of making these choices.
Yeah.
All right. Big final this week, the Motor World Marlborough Senior A final. The semi-final result should give them to you first. Central 24 over Renwick 17, close match that one, but Waitohi just too strong for Awatere, 60-12. So they are in first position and looking the favourites, I would suggest. So it is first versus second for the final. It is on Saturday, 2:00 kickoff at Endeavour Park. Waitohi Seniors taking on Central Seniors. Big club day, big day in Marlborough, finals footy, and you'd probably have to say, wouldn't you, on paper and after the semis, Waitohi would be going into this as favourites.
Red hot favourites, I would think, but good luck to both teams.
Yeah. And what we hope, depending on the result, is to talk to the winning club next week on the podcast. So we'll keep you in tune on that. Just firing quickly through the results from the Women's Rugby World Cup. England convincingly 69-7 over USA. Australia 73 over Samoa. So these are really the top tiers and second tiers in the World Cup. But we used to get that in the men's, years ago. Scotland 38 over Wales 8. Canada 65 over Fiji 7. France 24 over Italy. So a bit closer to Italy, not a bad side, obviously. Ireland 42 over Japan 14. So Ireland looking reasonably strong. South Africa also 66 over Brazil 6. And New Zealand, they didn't say it was their perfect game, but they hadn't had a run for a while and a bit rusty, but 54 over Spain 8, and I believe the number 8 who was taken off injured, and they're all worried it's not a fracture, so potentially she'll be able to rehab and who knows, hopefully come back later in the tournament, which would be fantastic news.
The one interesting thing that came out of that game that I heard was that they played a lot of the game with 13.
Yes, they did. They did.
Just to practice that and get ready for.
Well, they
future
put all their
eventual
bench on, and then they got a couple of injuries, and they left with 13. But the coaches thought, well, why not? It's good training practice, good for defence. So matches coming up: Canada versus Wales, Scotland versus Fiji, England versus Samoa, USA versus Australia, Ireland versus Spain, and then we've got New Zealand playing Japan. That is on Monday. It's quite early in the morning, though. So be well worth catching that. Italy versus South Africa and France versus Brazil. So just some highlights from this. Yes, there were some blowouts, but I remember the old men's Rugby World Cup days, 100-0 over Japan.
Yeah.
That wouldn't happen these days, would it? So I think as years go on, that'll even up. But the TV viewerships, 85,000 fans have attended so far, 2.4 million tuning in for England versus USA, 3.2 million France for the France fixture. So a lot of French fans there. Ticket sales now surging past 400,000, and the social channels going through the roof. So everything's just gone another lift, and
It's awesome, mate. It's awesome to see.
yeah, and great to see Ruby Tui over there on the English coverage. So that's a good secondary career for her, hopefully going into the future. Yeah, if she doesn't,
She's natural.
doesn't come back with the boots. Yeah,
It's terrific.
yeah. All right. Hey, look, Fletcher, thank you very much for coming in, mate. We really appreciate your time.
No worries.
Good chance to get back off the couch, and you've been able to stay off the golf course. Good on you, and get and rearing to go against Otago this weekend. We wish you and all the boys all the best for it. It's going to be a great occasion.
Yeah, thank you very much. No, looking forward to it.
Great. Thanks very much for coming in, and thank you, Les, once again.
Yeah, big shout out to Ethan Blackadder.
Yeah.
Fantastic that he
Yes,
finally gets
number
to be
50,
a
that's right.
Blazer Mako. And wish you well, Ethan.
We'll have to get him in with his blazer on.
Yeah, get on your scratch.
Thank you, Les. It'll be a big day for you on Saturday. Big thanks to the Turf Hotel, our proud venue sponsors. Don't forget to check out their Facebook page for everything on this weekend. You can catch us on MBS Talk Nelson website and social media, Spotify, YouTube, and MBS Talk Nelson digital radio. And don't forget, if you want to get involved in the show, we'll be happy to hear from you. That's a wrap, and we'll see you next week for another episode of the Mako Rugby Roundup.
The Mako Rugby Roundup. What's on, where, and when. It's the Talk of Nelson. NBS Talk Nelson.